I'll close the meeting and I'll see you in about 5 minutes, Sifu. Yeah, okay. And I think now...
Right, so
yeah. This is like
it's recording,
yesterday.
right? it's recording?
Yeah, now we're recording, Sifu.
So, after the cop did to me, I was, of course, first of all, devastated. It's something I represented for 22 years. And I want to stop to teach. I want to go in the movie business. And that's why I was in America. But then my son, Boztepe, he created 3 logos. So like this logo, the big logo you see in the wall. He created 3 logos, the streamer one. I said, Dad, why you want to use AW, SEVTO? I was representing them in Turkey, the TWTO, Turkish Wing Chun Organization, Scandinavian Wing Chun Organization, except Denmark. I did Finland, Norway, Sweden. Then I had North American and South America. I had a contract with Van Leuting for entire South and North America. So Kanchberg get jealous and he canceled the South American one, all that stuff. But that's another story. I want to go not into those details. So I want to stop and said, Dad, why you just use your own name? And then I said, okay, then I don't want to put my name like Leuting Wing Chun, Avji Wing Chun, Ataseve Wing Chun, all these people with their name, Wong Chun Wing. I'm an intelligent person, but I wasn't smart enough to create Wing Chun, so I haven't created Wing Chun, but I teach Wing Chun. And people always say that, Boztepe created his own system. I didn't create my own system. I'm teaching scientific Wing Chun. EPMAS, Emin Boztepe martial arts system is your family, is your roof organization, is your club, is your company, whatever you want to see it as. And it's like, if you would be with me, you would be Paul Edmas, like Paul Boztepe or something. It's like, so just imagine like it's your last name, it's your family. But in this roof organization or association, I have scientific Wing Chun and concept Latosa Eskrima. And then I have, of course, now, very new, is traditional arrow bow shooting and on horseback, which is my new hobby. And I love to do this. Yeah, because first of all, it's a Turkish traditional. It's older than any European because we brought the bows and arrows and horses to Europe. There was no horses here. The bow and arrow comes from Asia. That's the real, if you read the history, read.
Okay.
Turkish history goes 20,000 years. There was no English, there was no British, there was no Germans. So, you have to read. There's a problem with many people. Look, Art of War, I'm a martial artist. I'm not, all these people call them martial artists and also only do incest, only Wing Chun, Wing Chun. Martial artist means you have to understand history of many, many countries, your own history. And most people don't even know anything about their own heritage. And I do. I know where I come from.
Okay.
And
not very much about what you know as a culture.
Yes, but look, we're the only nation in the world created 17 empires. There's only one British, only one Spanish, only one Portuguese, only one English, but 17 Turkish empires. So most people don't know that. They don't read, and they distorted the history. Just like Leuting has distorted a lot of the Wing Chun history. He lied a lot about things, changed them because to make himself like the king of all, and we all have supported him for many years. And like, remember the one photo with the head? And always everybody we were fighting the head was a photo montage. And it's true, it was not Leuting. That was the original guy is somebody else. Leuting lied for years. Anyway, that's another thing. But Leuting did good things in reforming Wing Chun with the sections, Wing Chun section. All the other Wing Chun don't have that, which means you compass knowledge of each form, sets or something, and it's like a software you give it to your student. Now you need to teach them the application of those softwares. And if every student has, and if your software, like your sections are complete, there's nothing missing, then they learn the entire movements of each form. But the problem is, of course, Leuting was never deep enough into science, always elements. Cashman never even mentioned these things. like height, width, depth, dimensions, time, energy, and all that stuff. They don't mention it. So what makes Wing Chun scientific? So I was teaching all my life this. So after I created the app, Boztepe created his own way. I didn't teach from one night to the another night. All of a sudden I changed. I had like a super pill and then I created a new system. No. And I'm not arrogant to create a new system. I'm teaching something I'm very deeply believe in it and deeply have understood. And the only secret to understand Wing Chun, which most of these people didn't go through, suffering. They don't suffer. They don't train till they're exhausted. They haven't. Therefore, all these full contact sports will bash Wing Chun because there are lots of very poor Wing Chun people. And now it's fashion in Asia. Put like an old Wing Chun guy against an MMA guy and they slap him around. And they say, oh, Wing Chun is trash. Wing Chun doesn't work. But this is martial art racism, what they're doing. But if two MMA guy fights, then they say, oh, McGregor lose and Habib win. Why don't they say MMA lost? They name the people's name. Why if a Wing Chun guy they put against a more professional Thai boxer or like an MMA guy, why they don't say Hans lost against Max? Why don't they say, no, Wing Chun lost? So they make the entire system bad, and that's the martial art racism, and I don't like that. But comes to me, Boztepe is different. Or like, well, I would fight Emin Boztepe's students. Fight my students. They're all good. Many of them are very, very good. All my top students, 60% of Kenspe European chief instructors or something, or Latin American after, they went through me. They learned from me several years. Saliao just 6-7 years private, Atta 7, Hans-Jürgen Remmel in Brazil. They all came to me for 6, 7, 8 years private partial students. And as many people don't know this. They forget this. They learn fighting to me. Without me, you would never have heard of these people's name. Look at them, and of course I respect Danny Inosanto very, very much. But imagine if he would never have met Bruce Lee. Would you ever have heard of Danny Inosanto? Not in this way, right?
No, I don't know.
Just take Bruce Lee out of Danny Inosanto's life. So that's what I'm trying to say. Chuck Norris, I know, he's a very gentleman, very nice guy. I know these people personally, right? Chuck Norris, very nice gentleman. He was a champion in America. He was already known, but worldwide he wasn't. If he would have not been in the Way of the Dragon in the Colosseum, people would have not talked so much about, and maybe he would be not big in movies, right? So Bruce Lee gave a lot big thing. And the same with me, people have trained with me. Yeah, for years. That's it. So who built up? Of course, I was many Wing Chun instructors give hard work to make EVTO big, or the International Wing Chun Martial Art Association, learning things. But the most was me. I was the frontman of all. I did so many shows. I did a Pascal de Budo all over Italy several times. I did all over the world shows. And what did I get for? Backstabbing. So when I created Atmos, I didn't change, but I could first time teach freely. And every seminar, when Kanspe want me to teach anti-grappling or this, I changed to teach. Oh, stop. This is too advanced. He stopped. Or kicked events. Oh, no. But the time I was alone in Italy, Italian became very good fighters of my seminars. It was tough. My seminars was quite, you guys suffered a lot in my seminars, 6 hours sweating. And that was why we had good instructors there. And then when he saw that there's people coming, Amy makes money, then Kanspe came and said, in. Yes, please.
Meeting you, Sifu, I had 7 years with Sifu Stephen Fisher, who I really, I love that guy so much.
We all had, look, this is plus and minus. Plus and minus make the light go on. You have your experience with people, I have mine. I do not want to destroy your experience. You can love everybody. Stefan Fischer did his first, second technician partial with me.
Right.
Believe me, he came to Kassel. He didn't want to cross hand with my top students. They smacked him. To the outside, he looked tough, but I'm not in my classes. Yeah. And where is he now? All these people are so big. All these people have backstepped me. Where are they now? They didn't build up anything. I built up Turkey, I built up Scandinavia, I built up United States, I built up a lot of schools in South America, right? And I built up entire Europe for Kansprecht. All the instructors are good, they did work, but I was the front man. Doesn't matter, nobody can take this away from me. It's not about that. I don't care about that, because it was passion. I'm passionate. I love this art, but for me, if somebody teach me something more scientific, more than Wing Chun, I will stop Wing Chun. I'm an intelligent person. Why should I do something if there's something much better? So far, nobody could put my back down. Right? And still, I'm a human. I can lose. But still, scientifically, there is no method in the world beats Wing Chun. But we are de facto human. De facto human. Yeah. The Thai boxers knock out MMA guys. The MMA guys knock out Thai boxers. The Wing Chun guys knock out Thai boxers. The Thai boxers knock out Wing Chun guys. This is man. Because some people don't train their weapons. If I give you the best weapon, right? The best weapon, you never shoot. And somebody comes with a 9mm Beretta, shoots every day, he will probably kill you because you cannot even handle the 45 Magnum. Do you understand? Same thing is, when you buy, of course I didn't buy, I don't have the money, a Bugatti with a 1,500 horsepower. Yeah. Bugatti doesn't give you. You must come for 3 weeks to learn to drive the car. This is dangerous for other people on the street. So you have to come and stay in Bugatti and train for 3 weeks how to drive the car. So now, let's go in Monte Carlo, the road in Monte Carlo, La Spezia, up in the Serpentines, right? So imagine, you're driving a Fiat Uno, 500 Fiat, you're probably better driver than the guy never drive the Bugatti because he will fall down the hill. Right. Do you understand? The guy drives good, like Schumacher will drive the 500 better than the guy never drove a Bugatti. So Wing Chun is the best technique. But the human factor, if this guy is lazy, doesn't suffer like a Thai boxer, doesn't suffer like a Luce Lotta guy, doesn't suffer like a kick Thai boxer, doesn't suffer like an MMA guy, he gets his ass kicked. It's not the problem of Wing Chun. Therefore, I hate those idiots that always say, Wing Chun doesn't work. Because they don't understand, first of all, they're not deep enough into Wing Chun to understand Wing Chun. I understand Taekwondo, Karate, Judo, wrestling. I practice. Again, Sun Tzu. I can teach wrestling. I can teach Thai boxing if I want. I can teach boxing if I want. I practice so good, but I never taught this because I'm not arrogant. For me, it was how to understand my Wing Chun effective against this weapon. I have to understand this weapon. So this was not after I was out of EBTO or Loy Tik. This was all my life. Before even I started martial arts, I was fighting. So when with 14 I started with martial arts, this was all in my head. How can I beat the other guy? Because I don't want to get punched. So, and 2 years into martial arts, when I was 16, then I said, this is what I want to do. This is my love. This is what I want to do forever. So, and I studied air-conditioned heating system engineer. Finished 3 years my school. I get my diploma with 18. 2 weeks I worked in that. I opened my first Wing Chun school and stopped. I just worked this. And with 22, because I punched somebody when I was 19, a German guy who attacked me, broke two German guys. I broke both their nose and they sued me. So I had to pay a lot of money. So then what happened is I started to work in a nightclub with 22 for 2 years. And I had in 18 months, 117 fights in the nightclub. I'm 22, all big pimps, tattoos, these guys in Europe, all these prostitutes selling idiot man. I hate that disrespectful people. I punched him a lot. I was 71 times in court. Kansprecht always got the court the reading this about me, what the court said. So, and then he was like, oh, and sometimes some of this he pretended was him. Like the video you show me, real world self-defense, the video, some of that he put, I think one of the fight he put in the material world, pretending like was him, I think. Anyway, so when I started EPMAS, I could teach freely. I was free because every time stop. And I'm so angry today because Loyalty and Kansprecht forbid us to take videos. No, don't take videos. Don't publish videos. And that was my best years. I should have taken every second videos of me. And I'm still ripped. I still have my muscle. I'm 63. In 6 months, I'm 64. I'm still hard. I train. and I had operation, I had cancer, and in 6 operations, the doctor make a mistake, and I'm still here. COVID came right after. I never give up. Most people have stopped.
Yeah.
And my muscles are all coming back here. My everything is boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's not to show up, but you're a warrior or you're not a warrior. It's all mental.
Yeah.
Because suffering. Wing Chun is based on Taoism, balance. But to reach balance, how can you be balanced if you don't know the other side? You know the word yes, Paul. Yes, right? The word yes. Please explain me yes. How can you explain me yes? My friends, over there too, familiar. Explain me yes. How can you explain me the word yes? How you know yes is yes?
See, it's an acceptance.
I do a little bit philosophy.
It's
No.
an acceptance.
You can, no. Yes cannot exist without no.
Okay. Okay.
If I don't have the word no, niente, no yes. Black. How you know black is black if white don't exist?
Yeah.
So now little Taoism for you, yin and yang. Now understand, to reach that, you have to become a Buddhist. What is Buddhist dealing with? Suffering. But physically translated, Buddhism in Wing Chun is training hard. If you start Kung Fu, you're weak, you're not trained. How can you be balanced if you don't know the other side? Power. If you don't know power, you're already weak. So you train hard to get power, and in the middle you become flexible, you become balanced. How your muscle understand explosivity if you only do bangsa, tanza, bangsa training, but no focus mix training, no real action, no sweating hard, no cardiovascular deep, no technically, you cannot use your shoulders. I break every record line thinking, oh, in Hong Kong they make 5-minute wall break. I did 2 hours non-stop. 3 days I was in my bed because my back hurt. Ba, 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 bam. And then he was shocked. He hated me lointing. I did everything better. Because it's all here. It's a real warrior is here, nothing else. So that's the problem. So you need to suffer, become a Buddhist first to become balanced. You have to understand the other side. If somebody is very, very strong, he needs to be softened. He needs to the other side. He's already strong. So he needs to soften to become flexible. So, and Confucianism is the hierarchy. Do you understand? Like our forms, Siyam Tao, Cham Kyu, Byuchi is a hierarchy. It's like Sigu, Sijo, Sifu, Sihing. Yeah, it's a hierarchy. That's just to make the organization work. We don't fight each other. So respect. So most people don't mention these things in their seminars. They don't talk about this because they're not in real Wing Chun. Yes, they have a high degree. Or people, I don't want to mention their names, second, third technician running around with yellow t-shirt. They're now grandmaster, and I always call them grandmothers. And I have zero respect because they're cheating the other people on real knowledge. They have not finished. And then they go and buy and copy from videos other people's forms.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So, and then they say, I learned. What did you learn? So, and then they create secrets. And then they live by movements and copying. You know the good thing, what I always loved about wrestling and boxing, you make a mistake in boxing, bang, you get one punch. Hurts. Ouch. In Wing Chun is not there. Always technique, tanza, bongza. Look, I'm one of the most famous people in Wing Chun. I'm the biggest critic of Wing Chun people. Of Wing Chun people, because they don't train. So the method of a focus mitt in Thai boxing, MMA, kickboxing is the same. But the engine is different. We go bam, 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 bam. We mix, while the boxer bam, 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 bam. MMA goes bam, bam. So they have different engine, different motor, but the method is the same.
Yeah.
Right? So how many motor do you have? You have a boxer motor for Porsche, you have a Rose cylinder, V cylinder, auto motor, Wankel motor, right? So different motor, what do they all do together? They produce energy. But which is the most sufficient? Which is the most use less gasoline, make more power, right? So all the engines the same. So depends how you move. Inside Wing Chun or like karate move different is a different motor than Wing Chun. But the method, you need gasoline and you start. So it's sweating, training, suffering.
We got 7 minutes remaining. I think we've done another hour. But we could maybe come.
But you have other questions. I don't know if I touch all your questions. So.
I mean, what do you think? Maybe one of the most important things. What is your view in general? Because we live in an internet world. A lot of people make even money on the internet. I'm not one of them. I wish I do everything on a free profile, and I'm happy to do it. But you see a lot of people living in the internet world, and then after the year 2000, I started a long time ago. All of a sudden, Wing Chun, then internal springs, and then red bite, and then all these things came out. And I'm thinking, how come in the 70s I never heard shit? I never heard shit in the 70s. Not in the 80s, not in the 90s. It's like when you broke away, poof, all the internet went crazy. So now we got people proposing Wing Chun in different ways. So what my question is, there has to be a balance, right? Do you think there's any good material out there besides me?
Well, I mean, well, you're special, Paul, because the good thing with you is you have some qualities, which is my number one. You are up the face to people. People don't like to hear the reality and the truth. And that's it. And you do this with your old videos. You did this with your old videos. You like me or you don't like me. I have no problem. I don't. Nobody needs to like me. But the point is, nobody ever criticized my skill. You don't need to like Emin Boztepe's character. But you know what? When Bruce Lee was alive, many people didn't like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
They talk bad about him. He's arrogant, he's this, right? So that's when you're alive, and it only proves when you have many people, and if people don't like your shows, it means you're perfect, you're good. So very good people have enemies. Very good people have people talk bad. So thank you very much for these people that make me even more famous. So if nobody talks about me, this means I'm not important. So I'm doing something wrong. If doing something good, right, you have people oppose you. People attack you because you're good. That's it, very simple. What can I say? I never, look, my philosophy is, many people in the internet, all this is, I do a couple times, and people ever touched me, ever met me personally, never talk back. But people never met me, don't even see me. They're the assholes, sorry, they can't be there. They're the ones that the texting. So who gives a shit if there's a sack rice falling in China or they're texting there? Who gives a damn? Nobody. And same thing, many people talk about William Choing and all that stuff. Fucking 40 years old thing. I don't care. Here the big mouth, his challenges in Combat Magazine, everybody can read. He talked bad about Grandmaster Yip Man. He talked bad about Bruce Lee. And he talked bad about Loy Ting. It is my family way back then. And he said all the Loy Ting students are fat and lazy. So he challenged anytime, anywhere, and place. If you put something like this on somebody comes. It was me. So because he insulted everybody. He wanted to be the boss. Nobody can be the boss. No, Cancer is dead. And is anybody the boss of the EVTO? No, they're going to separate. They're going to go in every different organization. Some small part will stay with those people who was deep with cancer patient, right? So if Lointing, he's not very well either, he will pass away. I will pass away too. But what I do is different. My system in Atmos, nobody will be the boss of anybody. So I have a new thing, which means anybody is from another organization, has our own organization, has 5 schools, 10 schools, even 1 school. It's an autonomous. Let's say his school is Athletic Wing Chun Bologna, let's say. Is associated with Wing Chun, with Atmos. So he's associated with me. He can produce exactly the same colors, my uniforms, but he can put head instructor if he's not a Sifu, Sihing, Marco Bandelli, Bombali, or he can say Sifu, Marco, whatever, Bolognese, whatever, right? Or cappuccino, whatever, just to make you. So I have no problem with that. But anybody comes to me with the technicians, They have to learn. So my students pay my technician program. They have to pay the programs to me. But I don't touch the students. The membership fee, passport, they must print themselves exactly the way I give them. And the membership that goes to them. They can give seminars, goes 100% to them. I only take 60% from the test because I have the certification. I can control the quality. And then instructors, and they must hold 2 seminars a year with me. That's it. They have no other, so they can't risk or lose anything. And I have no contact with their students, only in the seminars. Right. So most people are afraid of organization because the method Cashback and Loyalty has met is ripping off people. You know, they're the only monopole, and the instructors they struggle, they never make money. This way, everybody makes their money, but they get the best teacher. So they want to learn from me, but they're afraid to enter an organization, even in EPMAS, my old way. So all my old students, instructors, they can keep the old way, pay me school fees, or they can also go to the new way and only pay me one time for my name. It's the 1,000 euro one time a year for copyright of my name, and that's the least I deserve, nothing else. So basically, there's